to you, the viewers, and thank you so much, Vicky, for crossing over to me. I am joined with Sandra Dickson. Today we'll be talking about the city's amendment to the public safety and prevention of noise bylaws that they have put into the public to comment before they pass it. I am joined by Sandra Dickson, who is an activist, and she is in many groups on Facebook in terms of letting the citizens of Cape Town voice their opinions on the city's actions. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us today. Sandra, can you please just tell us what do you think about this bylaw that the city is that the city wants to pass?
My thoughts on this bylaw is that with many other things that the city does, we are left in the dark. The public is basically left in the dark as to what exactly it is that the city is trying to do. There's a huge backlash in the media, as well as on our Facebook groups, and Stop COCT, the one that I administrate, where the general public is incredibly unhappy with what this bylaw is actually trying to promulgate.
I mean, exactly, Sandra. Like with the bylaw, it says that people can be arrested, or premises or a person can be searched without a warrant. What is your take on that? Because I think it gives law enforcement officials to actually abuse that type of law.
Absolutely. So I just want to go back, because I did quite a bit of research on this whole issue, and specifically the separation between the police, SAPS, which is on the national level, versus law enforcement and other officials that the city are actually employing. Now, according to our constitution, clause number 14, and if you would allow me, I want to read it out. It is about privacy, and our constitution says, everyone has the right to privacy, which includes the right to not have A, their person or home searched, B, their property searched, C, their possessions seized, or D, the privacy of their communications infringed. If that is not clear enough to prove the unconstitutionality of this bylaw, then me as a person of the public basically lose all my faith that I have in our judicial system.
Okay, Sandra, in terms of this bylaw, obviously the city can't pass it without any backup from national government. So I believe in 2018 the Minister of Justice passed or amended some type of law for the city to go forward on this. Can you please touch more about that?
Right. In 2018, the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services gazetted a declaration of peace officers in terms of Section 334 of the Criminal Procedure Act. Now, what this means is that at a national level, the minister gave municipalities, and the description in it is that the promulgation was for a law enforcement officer appointed by a municipality. And via this promulgation and gazetted item, the date was specifically 19 October 2018, the minister gave municipalities and law enforcement specifically these powers which the city is now writing into their bylaw. Now, a couple of questions arise around this. Is why did the city wait 2 years to change their bylaw? And my answer to that is the city must have read the Constitution and maybe realized that it's unconstitutional. It was unconstitutional even by the minister to promulgate this. However, because nothing really happened, the city decided, well, let's implement it, because it's very convenient to have all these powers in a bylaw to police us. And then just another point that I want to bring in is that in the specific wording of the bylaw, the city refers to an officer or a city official, which again will make the bylaw null and void, because the powers are specifically given to law enforcement. So as the bylaws stand at the moment, the city will have to edit and change wherever they have official or city official or any wording like that. They'll have to change it to law enforcement, because these powers does not apply to any city official the way the city wants to write the bylaw.
Okay. Well, Sandra, what is your advice, especially to citizens of the city of Cape Town that have just found out about this bylaw through the interview? What is your advice to them?
My advice is that people need to update themselves, read the newspaper articles, and watch television programs like this one. I advise them to go to the city's website, because in the Have Your Say section, people can comment for the next week or so still on this bylaw. But I advise them strongly to specifically refer to the Constitution, because the city won't act if we don't give them sufficient reason why this bylaw is not legal. Its legal grounds are just not right. An alternative is to go to the website dearsouthafrica.co.za, and there we made it very easy for people to actually enter their comments, and each comment that's entered on that website gets sent to the city direct. So one does not have to use the cumbersome city website. They can also use dearsouthafrica.co.za to enter their comments. And I urge people to enter their comments and base it around our Constitution, because that is the only defense that we as members of the public has at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandra, for doing this interview with us and just giving us more insights on the bylaws that the city wants to pass.
Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure, and thank you for highlighting the whole issue.
All right, it's a pleasure. Well, there you have it. That was Sandra. She is an activist, and she's also one of an admin on a Facebook group called Stop City of Cape Town. So the public has the 17th of May to draft their comments on this amendment. So I encourage our viewers to actually go ahead and look at this amendment and comment. Just let your voice be heard. While I'll be crossing back over to Vicky McCullen, who will lead us to other interviews.